Hey, you. It's Girl Friday. If you feel a little bit low and you doubt yourself in your business or in your life, let me read an extract of my favorite book. Let me tell you the title of this book: Being Happy. A handbook to greater confidence and security. Written and illustrated by Andrew Mattews. The best international bestseller. I think you can get it on Amazon. It's quite old. But the point is, I draw inspiration from that book all the time. The book kept me positive. Like when it was COVID, for example, I read the book again because it's full of positivity. That helped me devise my theories and a lot of different things that we devise on our business and become an innovative company. Yeah? But I was born with positivity. Yes, you can be born with positivity. My expert never thought so, but it's true. And after that, you keep a positive attitude towards life and you prosper, basically. So let me read this extract and see if you understand it, because it's about thought process. All the people have talked about how keeping a positive mindset is beneficial for achievement in this life. Many great people have talked about it. Trisha is talking about it, and this book is talking about it. So it must be a very important subject for you to prosper on your journey. Listen to those whose life are working. One of the first things I found out about this law of attraction and the miracle of the mind is that all successful people know about this principle already. I would tell them about one of my latest discovery, of which they would reply, I have been using this stuff for years. I also found that the most miserable people I came across would generally dispute that any such principle can work in our favor. I choose to take the advice of those who are happy with their life rather than those who gripe. We could fill volume with what has been said by various authors on the creative power of the mind. But in the interest of brevity, I will quote from just a few. In his classic best-selling book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill wrote, our brain becomes magnetized with the dominating thought which we hold in our mind, and by means with which no man is familiar. This magnet attract to us the forces, the people, the circumstances of life which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thought, which I believe so. Whatever you think happen. And if you don't believe it, look around you. Whatever we think happen, because we are geared to do whatever we think in this life. So if you think negatively, whatever you thought negatively happen. When you always say to yourself, yeah, well, all type of shit always happen to me and I will never be able to do this and never be able to do that, your reality is actually that. You will find that in your life, yeah, okay, it's confirmed. I could not never do it. Oh, no, 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 no. But if you say to yourself, I can do that, I am destined for that, I will achieve that in my life, and this is my destiny, believe me, your reality is all the opportunities are in front of you. You just have to pick them. So where was I? James Allen wrote in As a Man Think, a man sooner or later discovers that he is the master gardener of his soul, the director of his life. He also revealed within himself the law of thought and understand with ever-increasing accuracy how the thought forces and mind element operate in the shape of his character, circumstances, and destiny. He added that circumstances grow out of thought. Every man knows who has, for any length of time, practiced self-control. In The Magic of Belief, Claude Bristol again speaks of the mind's power to attract. Our fears, thought, are just as creative or just as magnetic in attracting trouble to us as a constructive and positive thought in attracting positive result. So no matter what the character of the thought is, does create after its own kind. When this sink into a man's consciousness, he gets some inkling of the awe-inspiring power which is to use. He later says, what may appear as coincidences are not coincidences at all, but simply the workout of the pattern which you start with your own weaving. In offering some explanation of the mind power to attract, Bristol makes the point that radio waves pass easily through wood, brick, steel, and other so-called solid objects, and suggests that we might see thought vibration in a similar light. Here's a question. If thought wave, or whatever they are, can be turned into higher oscillation, why can't they affect the molecule of solid object? I quote, Shaki Gavin, author of Creative Visualization, I do visualization always, on the same theme says, thought and feeling have their own magnetic energy, which attract energy of us a similar nature. This is a principle that whatever you put out into the universe will be reflected back to you. What this means from a practical standpoint is that we always attract into our life whatever we think about the most, believe in the most strongly, expect on the deepest level, and or imagine most vividly. And that is true. Richard Bach wrote, we magnetize into our life whatever we hold in our thought. And that's again true. A thought is not a nothing, but a something. In order for you to think it, it must exist. It must be a thing, and as it is a thing with an energy of its own, a thought must necessarily be bound by law and principle like everything else on this planet. Perhaps seen in this light, it is easier to acknowledge that the law of attraction is as real as powerful as gravity and electricity. Therefore, if you believe in what I just read, I can help you in your business because, as I put in my previous video, I want people who has a bit of get up and go, a positive attitude towards life, and obviously have a turnover of over 2,500 so they can pay for my services. But In another word, Trisha will help you prosper and I will help you grow. girlfridays.com